Well, hi everyone. We're so excited
Wow.
to be here with the one and only.
Incredible.
Thank you for having us at this wonderful event.
Yeah, we're having a great time.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've just spent some time playing the game, and yeah, I think we both really liked what we played so far.
Very impressive.
Thanks a lot.
Yes.
I'm so happy you are saying so.
Yeah. So what was sort of the the main things that you've added to this new game that you're like excited about or really proud of?
I think that we changed many things compared to the first game. First of all, combat, then exploration. Then we also add the sparks that are a big modular element that comparing the game for the first time. But I believe that the major change was the combat system. And it was a big risk that we took because the first game, the combat system was loved by so many players that changing it was kind of a risky business, but we felt that we wanted really the player to feel freedom while moving the character in the battleground. So we decided to remove the grid system with cursor. So now instead of selecting where your character will be, you are just controlling your character in real time as you would do with the normal Mario game. So that was a big change. A change that reflected on the old game and made it faster, quicker to act.
Yeah, it definitely feels more free and open than a typical tactical game where you're so locked to the grid.
Yeah.
When the first game came out, we were still at Nintendo, and I think we were all thinking, well, how did this game come to be? And I'm curious, just so curious of Ubisoft working with Nintendo, like how involved is Nintendo? What are they helping you with? How does that work out?
Basically, we started in 2013 because Ubisoft as a company always had a very good relationship with Nintendo, but we wanted to bond with them even more. So they were not aware that we were creating a proposal for them between Mario and the Rabbids. And initially we worked with 5 people inside a room that we were calling War Room because we were playing tactical board games inside. And we spent like 1 month brainstorming about the different possibilities to use those 2 apparently so different IPs such as Rabbids and Mario until we come up with this intention to create a combat adventure with all of them. And because it was like something completely new for Ubisoft and for Nintendo, we decided to, instead of presenting the game like we normally do with the PowerPoint and being boring, we created a huge poster like as big as this one, selling the fantasy in one single image. So everyone was able to imagine what the game could have been. And it was successful because inside Ubisoft they said, okay, we are in, let's present it to Miyamoto-san and Nintendo, and so we did.
What was the first reaction when Miyamoto-san saw a Mario Rabbids?
Yeah.
Like what was that? What was his facial expression? I'm so curious.
So I was basically dying inside because I would
be too.
Like the 30 minutes just before the meeting, I was like freezing cold. I was meeting for the very first time in my life someone that basically it's my idol.
Right.
So, but when I went inside, something clicked, like a presentation mode from Davide, the creative director. So I was quiet and calm. But Miyamoto-san never had a single reaction for all the presentation, and even after. There was complete silence.
You're like,
okay,
hello?
This is going to be the last game I do in my life. And then he said, I'm impressed, I would like to know more about it. So, oh my God, I'm safe.
It's like a huge sigh of relief. Yeah, he's very thoughtful.
Yeah. We've been in those meetings too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where you make a big presentation and you're waiting.
And you never know.
You never know. Because like, poker face, right? Yeah.
But they are super respectful, so they are really thinking seriously about every single thing you are saying. So, but you never know until they finally
say something. Yeah. So true.
Now, Krysta here is a noted, I'd say, rabid skeptic.
I'm a little bit of a skeptic.
Sometimes she likes them, sometimes she thinks they're a little strange. Sell her on why she should love Rabbids.
I think that we changed them a lot compared to the beginning.
I actually noticed that too.
I think that their visual has always been attracting and funny. But over the time, I think we abused too much of them being the nosy creatures. And
Yes.
from Kingdom Battle on, we try to evolve them to show different emotion, different color palette, different character psychology. So with the Rabbids speech, that has been a super fan favorite since the very first game. Now we're introducing Rabbids Rosalina, which is a completely different
excited to
character.
see her.
Edge, which is another super tough character. I love to say that she's like Clint Eastwood, but a female version of Clint Eastwood with only true expression, with the sword and without.
Oh my gosh.
And she's inspired by old Japanese JRPG games.
Oh, okay, that's
And,
so cool.
and I think that all those different proposals are showing how we are evolving the rabbit creatures and cosmology into something
Yeah.
completely new. So
I like that because before it felt like they were sort of just one big group of generic Rabbids. So it's nice that they all have their different personalities and sort of different roles and stuff like that. I definitely noted some like character differences too. We were just talking about Luigi before this and how now he's a teenager, I guess. So
Yes.
you evolved his design, which I thought was so funny that there's an aging process, I guess, to the Rabbid universe.
there is an aging process, there is an evolution. If
Yeah, I
you
love that.
immerse yourself in the planets, you will see how we are calling it rabbitness. And it's this presence of these white canonic rabbits placed all over the planets, and those are serving as extra humor. So
Yeah.
they are doing the most classical canonic rabbit things, stupid stuff around that you can enjoy trying to find them,
Sure.
and they make you laugh a bit. But then you
Right.
have a different kind of rabbits inside that are acting as NPC. So they are more serious, they are merging, and they are wearing clothes that make sense with the planet.
Yeah.
So they start to have a different personality. Then you have very special NPCs such as the Chiptuna Maestro, which is a merge with the Nintendo character and rabbits, and they are offering more important quests that will give you sparks in the end as a return. And then you have another type of rabbits NPC, which are the wardens, basically the protector of the planet, Augie.
Yeah. I love Augie.
In Beacon Beach.
Yeah.
And then you have the heroes. So all those differences are, I believe, that are amplifying the world and the universe of the rabbits.
Rabbit hierarchy. It's very thoughtful. I like it.
You have such an impressive group of musicians working on this game, especially representing artists from Japan. Obviously, we've got Grant returning. How did you go about seeking these artists out, and sort of what was your vision for the music?
It's not just my vision, it's a mutual desire that I had with Roman Brio, which is the audio director. The moment that we decided to go and to embark in this cosmic journey, so in the space, to make sure that we could create planets as we wanted, it's also the moment where we said we should have a different composer for different kind of planet and different kind of
that's so cool.
situation. So Grant, of course, will always be in all the games I will do in my life because
Yeah.
it's a great
Because
friend
he's
of
Grant.
mine. And I believe that, and Grant is saying it, he composed the best music of his life for Sparks of Hope. But at the same time, we wanted also different kind of vibes for different kind of situation, and we contacted Gareth, which is an incredible composer. We contacted Yoko Shimomura. I believe that with the three of them, we have a pasta, a sort of patina of music that, in my opinion, is absolutely awesome.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that different planets and different areas have sort of different vibes. That's a great way of using all the different talent that you have with composers.
And of course, for Romain, has been quite a challenge to make sure that he could get the most of the three of the composer, and at the same time making it follow the same theme, the same intention, the
Yeah.
same speech.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think this is our last question.
Yes.
We recently made a list of the top 10 Nintendo E3 press conference moments. And your moment with Mr. Miyamoto when the first game was announced was very high.
On the list of one of the most like feel good just wonderful moments in all of E3 gaming history, I would say.
Can you help us relive that moment through your eyes? Because it sounds like you didn't know it was going to happen that way.
No, I didn't know. I was super tense. I was convinced that the game was not going to be appreciated because we had the small leaks before, 2 months before, and everyone was saying the incredibly bad stuff. But then everything changed at E3 when people started to play the game, doing like 6 hours of queue to play it, and then even after 6 hours of queue, they were happy for what they played.
Right.
So when basically Miyamoto said my name, and all the people around me were like happy and not upset for what they were seeing, for me like it was like a big rock removed from my shoulder and my stomach, and I couldn't control it anymore. I was crying. Yes, I was absolutely crying. So.
It's such a
I
sweet
felt
moment.
relieved for the team. I felt relieved for the future. You know, it was a big moment for all of us.
Years of work leading up to that point.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're really excited to. I'm going to go back and keep playing, I think. But it was so nice to spend some time with you, and congratulations.
Yeah, thank
It's
you.
really
Thanks
wonderful.
a lot. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me here with you.
Hi, you guys. We are here for this beautiful creature.
We played this game.
We did play this game.
Yes.
You love this game.
We're at a Ubisoft event. This game blew me away.
Really?
So-
Blew you
so-
away?
I knew that this game was on my radar. It's coming out in October.
Yeah.
It's been like 5 years since the first one came out. I'd kind of forgotten about it a little bit, to be
Yeah, it's been
honest.
a
Like
while.
I was like, all right, it's Mario and the Rabbids. It's like a tactical game, but a lot of the details had sort of washed away.
Right.
And as I went back into this game, I remembered a lot of the details, and I could really tell where they had taken steps forward.
Yeah.
And there's just so much depth to the combat. They've really built out the world.
That's the best part, the world building out. 'Cause
Right.
I liked the game when we first played it. It's been a long time, but I remember for me, it was like, when it was just like battle after tactical battle, it was getting like a little bit samey, and some of them are like really hard.
Right.
And having this break between exploration and the tactical battle stuff is really nice, and it feels more like open and just free,
Yeah.
which I was really impressed by.
The first game did feel pretty streamlined as far as like you're going down a path,
Right,
and you follow that
exactly.
path, and this was you're kind of like on a planet, and you have this sort of
You have like
large
freedom
space to
like,
really go
explore
around
and hang out and
explore.
Yeah.
And at first I thought, oh, this feels a little bit small, but then there were all these things to do and other little places you could go into to find things or get into battles.
Yeah.
So I really liked that.
yeah,
The combat, like there are so many layers to it.
true.
It's really great, and I think I don't love tactical games, but with this, there's so many ways that you can approach a battle, and there's cover, and you choose all your different characters that have different strengths and weaknesses. Now they've added the sparks, which
Yeah,
give
that's
you
really cool. You get like elemental, either extra elemental strength
Right.
or resistance. So, and then there's like a skill, like a really robust
Right,
character
right.
skill tree that I was impressed by.
Yeah.
So it feels like almost like deep, like a Fire Emblem game. or
Yeah,
something
and
like
they
that.
just kept adding more and more elements in a way that made sense and wasn't overwhelming.
Yeah, exactly.
That made it. I was like, I'm really excited to try these battles in a lot of different ways with a lot of different characters.
yeah.
Something else I like is there's more Mario characters and stuff.
Yeah, Rosalina
Right.
is added. The Lumas are part of like the whole Spark
Yeah.
game mechanic, which I think it's nice to integrate the Mario character, like Mario universe or characters in a very like game focused way.
Right.
It's not just like a random Mario character just standing around doing nothing. They
Yeah.
have like a function. So
Yeah, and
I like that a lot.
the game we played at the beginning of the game started outside Peach's castle, which looked beautiful,
It was
very
beautiful,
very lush.
yeah.
The look of this game is interesting because it's like they've obviously true to the Nintendo characters, but it's
Yeah.
got its own feel that's hard for me
Yeah.
to put my
It
finger
looks
on.
very like, I don't know, like bubbly. I don't know how to describe it, but it
Right.
looks very like almost like Disney-esque. to me.
Yeah, it's almost like you took like an animated movie and you made it work on a game console.
Yes.
It looks great. I'm really happy with how the game
Yeah.
looks. So yeah, and we spoke to Davide, who is
Just the
the
sweetest,
game
most
director,
wonderful person ever.
who, we met him for the first time and asked him all sorts of
Yeah.
great questions.
Yeah.
I don't know, this game kind of like skyrocketed up my hype list for the rest of the year.
It's coming
so
out soon too, October 20th. So
yeah,
not that much longer to wait.
I'm quite excited.
Yeah. There you go. That was our first impressions of
Yeah.
Mario and Rabbids.
All right. I think we're gonna go play some more.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.